is CBS 4 News Tonight.
Let's start with the latest on the road to reopening. Just days after amending its back-to-school plan, Miami-Dade schools may have to go back to the drawing board quickly. A letter from the Education Commissioner of Florida sent to the school board suggests that they need to come up with a strategy to get students who want to go back to class back in school in just 8 days.
After nearly a day and a half of deliberation, with 18 hours of public comment, the Miami-Dade School Board ultimately voted this week to push back the proposed start date for in-person learning. Superintendent Alberto Carvalho says that will be sometime between October 14th and the 21st.
All parents who decided for a schoolhouse model will have a chance to, in fact, return back to school.
Now, Richard Corcoran, the state education commissioner, says that's too late. In a letter addressed to Superintendent Carvalho and board chair Perla Tabares-Hantman, he says parents need to be given the option to return their children to in-person learning by October 5th, noting the county has been in phase 2 of reopening for 2 weeks. In the letter, he says, as you know, the emergency order gives school districts guaranteed funding at levels beyond what would otherwise be available in order to empower school districts to meet the diverse needs of students and families during the COVID-19 pandemic. Originally, Miami-Dade schools were going to return in phases, with students with special needs going back first on the dates of September 30th, October 5th, and 7th. That changed after outcry from teachers and parents.
I'm really thankful for the school board listening to us. I don't feel like it was enough. I feel like we needed more time.
Corcoran says for any school that will not be open for in-person instruction by October 5th, they will need a whole new proposal by next Friday, with information including student capacity of that particular school, the number of students who requested in-person learning, and the number of students who can receive in-person learning safely. In the letter, he goes on to say, superintendents and their teams must roll up their sleeves to go school by school, grade by grade, and classroom by classroom to thoughtfully determine how parents that desire in-person for their children can be accommodated. In response, Miami-Dade schools issued a statement that reads in part, the district was prepared to launch Stage 2 of our reopening plan under the adjusted timeline proffered and unanimously approved by the school board last week. However, MDCPS will not be announcing return dates until all implications and concerns outlined in the recently received communication have been assessed and direction from the school board has been received.
And a special school board meeting is scheduled for this upcoming week. Miami-Dade County just released some updated guidelines for its phase 3 of reopening. Yesterday, Governor DeSantis had said all businesses can open and suspended all fines for violating mask orders. Miami-Dade says all businesses must ensure masks are worn by employees and the public. Restaurants can now reach 100% capacity as long as 50% are inside with 6 feet of separation and the other 50% are outdoors. Bars with only counter service can reach 50% capacity, and clubs must require masks to be worn on the dance floor. Keep in mind, these regulations are for Miami-Dade County. As far as the fines and the penalties for not wearing a mask go, the county's new policy says, quote, per the governor's order, suspending all fines and penalties applied to individuals for violating the county's COVID-19 public health orders, Miami-Dade County will continue to issue civil citations for individuals not wearing masks and will process fines and penalties as permitted, end quote. The Florida Department of Health is reporting 2,800 new coronavirus cases and 107 new deaths in the state. That means Florida has now reached more than 14,000 total deaths. In South Florida, Miami-Dade is reporting 370 new cases and 29 new deaths. Broward County has 180 new cases and 15 new deaths. Monroe County reporting 6 new cases, no additional deaths. Tonight we are on the storm watch. It was a stormy Saturday today, but will the rain stick around? CBS 4 meteorologist Dave Warren joins us now with a look at the rest of the weekend. Hey, Dave.
Yes, hello. We will have showers and storms and cooler weather coming in with the extended forecast. That's when I come back a little bit later.
Thank you, Dave. President Trump announced Judge Amy Coney Barrett as his nomination to the Supreme Court. This kicks off an effort to have Barrett confirmed quickly by the Senate before Election Day. CBS 4's Skylar Henry has more from the White House.
President Trump introduced Judge Amy Coney Barrett. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Now at 11, the Miami-Dade Police Department is investigating a deadly shooting that happened inside a West Miami-Dade Walmart. CBS 4's Jessica Vallejo is in Miami with the latest.
That shooting happened inside earlier this morning. CBS 4 News Tonight.
Coming up on CBS 4 News at 11, if you are working remotely but you need a little change of scenery, well, you're in luck. The program allowing locals to work out of Miami's very best hotels. Up next. Welcome back. Staycations have been around for quite some time, and now there's a new twist on the work from home reality. How about working from inside one of the city's most beautiful hotels? CBS 4's Lisa Petrillo has a look at this new hotel recovery program.
The Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau has a new initiative. CBS 4 News.
We may have to take this show on the road. We'll see. More to come on CBS 4 News at 11. Tens of thousands of airline workers could soon be out of a job. How Congress and the White House are working together to prevent more layoffs. That's up next. Welcome back. Time is running out on efforts to avoid massive airline job losses that are set to happen October 1st. As many as 76,000 people could wake up unemployed unless Congress or the White House finds a way to expand the government's $25 billion payroll support program. Chris Van Cleve looks at how the cuts could impact employees and flyers.
American Airlines flight attendant Philip Delhunty, Chris Van Cleve, Washington.
And keeping an eye on the skies for us, CBS 4 meteorologist Dave Warren joining us from home on this Saturday night. Dave.
Yes, showers and storms came through the area. We get a little cooler with a little breeze coming in Wednesday and Thursday. Lows into the mid-70s, highs just below 90 degrees. So it's brief, but you may notice it here by the middle of the week. It's back to you.
Hey, a little cooler and a little breeze. Music to my ears. Dave, thank you. And stay with us. Sports with Mike Cunio is up next. That's our news for now. For more, go to cbsmiami.com. And remember, if you see news or weather happening and capture it, send it to us. Our email, cbs4pics@cbs.com. You might just see your image in our next newscast or online. And make sure to tune in to CBS 4 this morning beginning at 7 a.m. Have a good night.